Good day everyone and welcome back to the coolest YouTube channel. My name is Mulia. It is the pre-boy himself on the coolest YouTube channel where we unfold the unknown. And boy oh boy, a lot has been quite happening. A lot is happening. If you thought life is tough, imagine if you're Julius Malema. If you thought life is tough, imagine if you are an EFF member, because boy, there's trouble in the EFF. The EFF are just about to crumble. But you know what? Without wasting any further time, let's look up what's coming up on the coolest YouTube channel. The DP himself, Deputy President or former Deputy President Floyd Shivambu, calls Julius Malema a dictator while also joining the MK. And the very same MK are now going to court after they fired 18 of their members of parliament for unfair dismissal. And last but not least, there's a pastor who goes around in schools carrying a panga. But guys, don't miss out. It is the coolest YouTube channel. Where do we start? Where's the beginning? Because there's just a lot happening currently in politics. When you know politics has changed is when the big news doesn't involve ANC. That's when you know the political landscape in South Africa have just changed. I said it before that the MK have changed politics, and I think it has proven itself again that this guy is Jacob Zuma knows chess. A lot of people don't know that Jacob Zuma actually started the chess team, a chess team in prison while he was still in prison. He started a chess team, and you can see the way he changes, all of these members of parliament. When you are a pawn, when you are a horse, move there. He's also changed politics in South Africa. Umsholos has changed politics in South Africa. Love him or hate him, but this chap has just changed politics. For Floyd Shivambu to join the MK is just a big thing. Remember now, Floyd built the EFF along with Julius. Both of them built the EFF. But for Umsholozi to drag Floyd and say, you know what, join me here, I think that just tells you about the pedigree of Umsholozi, Jay-Z, Jacob Zuma. But I think it also shows that the EFF are kind of in trouble. With current polls saying that EFF on the next election are going to drop down to 6%. That will be a huge decline. Also, there might be more EFF people leaving the EFF to join the MK. Floyd was not the only one. Smangi was also another person who left the EFF and also go to join the MK. Umkhonto we sees the party. But I think this has just changed with Floyd also coming out in a statement saying, well, I think that people should leave the egos. The dictatorship. A lot of people, even myself, I thought when he mentioned dictatorship, he's mentioned to the EFF. Julius has for a long time have been deemed to be a dictator, like it's my way or the highway. And he says that the MK, people are, it's a battle of ideas. That's how Floyd pronounced it. But I don't think so, because the way it's been run from the outside, okay, it's still a new party, a bit unorganized, but it seems like Jay-Z himself is, he's moving the chessboard. Element of dictatorship there. But it's still early days, but definitely wish Floyd the best in the MK. But it's not going to be easy, because the MK itself is still young, unorganized. They don't have branches. A lot is still happening, and a lot of people have been saying that they don't have enough women representatives within the board, the elected board. So that's also another thing. What do you think? Do you think they need more leaders, women leaders within the leadership of the MK? And also, very importantly, what Floyd also mentioned is that he thinks that the progressive caucus should come together, instead of having this small party there. Because at the end of the day, we believe in the same thing. We're singing the same songs. So why not coming together and fight for this thing that we believe is? That's also very important. But what I can tell is that the EFF are in trouble. The EFF just might. Now moving on from the MK to the MK itself again. These people are always in the news, but unfortunately this time it's not for the goods, because 10 members of the MK who were allegedly resigned came out and said, well, we never resigned. These people who say we've resigned actually are forced. If there's such a letter that we've resigned, they forced this letter because they have never resigned. They have taken the MK to court. And unfortunately, this doesn't come at the good time, because the MK not so long ago removed 18 members of parliament. So there's now been this thing that they look unorganized. I feel like it's that thing where, like, when we crawl, when we walk before we crawl. I mean, there's a reason why we crawl first and we walk. And the MK, it seems like they started doing things a bit too early. So a little bit of unorganized, but I mean, Floyd is coming, so he's the messiah. But what do you think? Do you think there was any fraudulent activities there? Like, were these people like fired unfairly? Because if it is like that, then it doesn't look good for a young political party. I mean, we can go back to the likes of COPE, where always there's agendas in between. Like, it starts well, but eventually it doesn't end well. I mean, a lot of political parties are like, what came out of the ANC, or pretty much all of the political parties in South Africa come away from the ANC. But there's small things within, bad management eventually tarnish the whole thing and they end. So what do you think about the MK? Do you think there was any fraudulent activities there? Or do you think maybe, these members of parliament were fired and, they should just accept being fired? Because currently the court case is being postponed up until September. So don't miss out. I'll be keeping you in touch with everything that's happening. Well, and now we shift our focus to, the forever controversial nje. Ntate Paseka Motswening, aka Mboro, aka the prophet, aka the man of miracles. Now, I think most of us are pretty much aware of the story that, Pastor Mboro was arrested a while ago after carrying a panga at the Inkatohong Matsiso Primary School. I mean, carrying a panga amongst young people, not young people, very young, toddlers. I mean, primary school. No, it's that's a big thing. But the pastor has now been arrested, and not only arrested, but he's also been denied bail up until September, pending investigation, But, the prayers didn't work this time, by the way, And also interesting enough, Pastor Mboro, has, the man is controversial, to be honest. I mean, he has already, before this case, 9 cases before that were, withdrawn, and some of them were like, there isn't enough evidence. So, he is a very much controversial person. He has been to court on numerous occasions. But I think the sad thing is that his church was burned down. I mean, that's because that's not only pastor's board thing. There are people who benefit from the church. People aside, people who wouldn't do anything, people who didn't carry the panga, but they are there. And also, by the way, Pastor Mboro once came out and said, I once saw God. I mean, so we are waiting for miracles. We are patiently waiting for miracles. But while we're still waiting for these miracles, we see up until next time, folks. Love and peace.